Everyone, welcome back again. So in the continuation of our communication series, we are going to start a very new sub-series, that is verbal and non-verbal communication. So students, this series is going to be very much important for your examination point of view, as this part of your communication, that is verbal and non-verbal communication, is very much essential for your exam, and it is going to cover the half of your syllabus. So let's begin without any delay. So we are starting with the verbal communication. One thing I just wanted to share with you all, that this series is the introductory series of verbal and non-verbal communication. So this is the part first. In this series or in this video, we are going to touch the aspects of verbal and non-verbal communication within the surface level, and after that we are going to go in the depth of this communication. So please be stay tuned for the further videos to know the depth of this communication. So here I'm going to start with the verbal communication first. So verbal communication, as you can see at your screen right now, I am highlighting this part. I hope it is very much clear to each and every one, right? See, if somebody asks you to what is verbal communication, so how you are going to define that, right? So verbal communication is the use of sounds and words to transfer a message or exchange information. See, we know the main purpose of the communication is to transfer the message or to exchange information, as simple as that, right? So why we are using verbal communication means when we use our sound, when we use words, when we use collection of sounds, collection of words to transfer a particular message or to impart any kind of information to the another entity, that is known as the verbal communication. All right. So now if we want to do categorize the verbal communication into grouping, so we can group it like as that, like the first one is oral communication, second one is written communication, third one is audio visual, and the fourth one is computer aided. So in simple manner, you have to remember this, that both the oral and written communication fall under the verbal communication. We most of the time get confused that might be the oral communication or the written communication falls under the non-verbal communication. It is not. It is completely not. Always remember that both the type of communication, especially the oral and written communication, falls under the category of verbal communication. For example, if I explain you oral communication in a very short manner, like the oral communication, right now I am communicating with you all. You are able to listen my voice, you are able to listen my words, you are able to listen the sounds, whatever I am producing here, means you are able to connect with the sound as well as the words. So this is the oral communication, where I am just using the words and sound, that is orally. Right. For example, if we talk over the telephone, that is the example, that is the best example of our oral communication, right? Next one is written communication. Written communication is as simple as that, when whatever we are talking, we write our thoughts in words, that is known as the written communication. For example, like the notice, circular, message, as well as the memorandum, and the different types of written communication. Letter is the best medium of written communication. Email writing is the best medium of written communication. So these are the examples of the written communication. Third one is the audio visual. This is also very much easy. See, audio visual means when you at the time of the communication, you are imparting any kind of information with the audio and the visual mode, you are using both the modes, that is known as the audio visual, where your audio will be also delivered to the next entity, as well as the visualization and the picturization is also included in this. Right. So as I told you that I am just touching the surface level. In the depth, I am going to discuss all these mediums in the categorization of different groupings, right? The fourth one is computer aided. See, what is computer aided? The things that is totally assisted with the help of the computer system, that is known as the computer aided. If I break this word, so computer, as you are very much aware about the system, and next one is the aided. Aided means the help, assistance, right? Those the things, or we can call the communication which we imparting with the help of the communication or any kind of technology, that is going to be computer aided. All right. So this is all about the verbal communication. Let's have a very quick overview of the non-verbal communication. So students, as you can see at your screen right now, that the non-verbal communication is totally dependent upon our physical gestures, body language, our facial expression, our voice tone, pitch, voice, right? So these are the aspect cover over the non-verbal communication. As you can see at your screen right now, there is a person who is happy and he is smiling, she is smiling. One girl is in the confusion position, one is sad, right? There are different kinds of facial expression, and without reading the word like happiness, confusion and sadness, you can easily identify that this person is happy, this person is quite confused, this person is totally sad, this person is totally surprised, and he is very angry, next one is very much excited, right? So how we are able to know that about these person without reading and without anybody is asking to us, right? Without anybody is telling about themselves. So just because of the facial expression we are able to grasp the things, right? So means to say that the non-verbal communication is a kind of communication where we don't use any kind of language. We just observe the body language, we just observe the facial expression, the moods, try to understand the observe the physical behavior, that is comes under the non-verbal communication. So before heading to the non-verbal communication, I would like to add one more important fact of this non-verbal communication, that our 80% of our communication is totally based on the non-verbal communication. Rest of the 20% of the communication is oral and written. But if we really wanted to make our communication more effective, so always work upon your body language, work upon your physical gestures, work upon your facial expression, then your 80% of communication is going to be very much effective, just if you are good at the non-verbal communication, right? So let's define the non-verbal communication. In the first slide, in the first point, it is written the communication which is non-linguistic in nature. Non-linguistic means where we don't use any kind of language, right? Where we don't use any kinds of words or sound, that is known as the non-linguistic. So non-linguistic means non-verbal communication. Second point is saying that NVC. So NVC means non-verbal communication. Again, it is the process of conveying messages or information without the use of words, either written or spoken. See, it becomes more clearer that without using any kinds of word, without using any kinds of sound, either we are using written or spoken, it doesn't fall under the non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is totally about the facial expression, physical gestures, hand movements, right? Third point is saying that with the help of NVC, body language, facial expression, hand movements and gesture, it means that uses of all non-verbal communication help people to communicate more efficiently, right? If you are using your non-verbal communication in a very appropriate manner, so I can ensure you that it is your whatever communication you are initiating or whatever communication you are receiving, it is going to be very much efficient in nature, right? The last point says it all, that non-verbal communication complements the process of communication. As I told you the fact about the NVC, that it covers 80% of our communication. So it helps, it assists in the sense that it complements the process of communication, right? For example, just suppose if you are if you get the opportunity to say congratulations to anyone, or you are paying best wishes or paying gratitude to someone, right? For example, just take the word congratulation, right? You are saying congratulations to anyone, and but your voice is very dull and your facial expression is very sad, and it's like that you are sadistic in nature with your facial expressions. Means you are saying this beautiful word congratulation, but your facial expression and body language is not complementing with it, right? So definitely the word congratulation which you said right now, it will lose its importance, right? The other person will definitely feel that you are not happy with the success of his or her, right? So means to say that always use your non-verbal communication complementary to the verbal communication. Let's again take the word congratulations. If you are saying congratulations, if you really feel happy from the bottom of your heart, so your facial expression, your gestures, your hand movements will be full of enthusiastic. It will says it all, like even the tone and the voice of your voice will be sound very much happy, like congratulations, I'm very much happy and excited for you. So this kind of excitement, this kind of enthusiasm will definitely shown at your talking, right? So this is all about the non-verbal communication. I hope it helps you. So as I told you, this video is all about the surface level video of the verbal and non-verbal communication. We are going to discuss the complements of the verbal and non-verbal communication in the further videos with the depth. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening. If you found any problem, please let me know. Stay tuned for the another videos. Thank you so much, students.